Hey everybody, it's B Diz the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about the Netflix show Hellbound Season 1. Let's go. I'm not going over the whole show, but a lot of it. We're at a cafe where a guy looks stressed out staring at the time on his phone. These three smoky supernatural monsters attack him and cause a bunch of destruction outside in the area, and after beating him pretty much to death, they put this light on him, frying his body to a crisp and super killing him. This is pretty much what we've seen in the trailer. We go to Detective Jin, who talks to Jinsu, who is the chairman of a group called The New Truth, where they investigate these demonstrations, but seem like a sketch group of people. So what happens is called a decree, where a spirit tells you specifically when your demonstration will happen of the supernatural monsters killing you at an exact day and time, and this can range from a few days or a few years. We have this guy who wears this black light wig and makeup who represents the Arrowhead and gives them all this praise on his live streams, which is very popular. He is the funniest and most energetic person in the show. We have a woman named Jung Ja, who is the mother of a teenage boy and young daughter who has been given a decree and will have her demonstration in a few days. Her demonstration was a big deal because it was the first time The New Truth broadcasted live with a huge audience present. Some backstory we see is that Detective Jin's wife had been murdered by a guy who just ended up having to go to a mental/rehab facility because he was under the influence rather than do hard time for committing murder. This of course has Detective Jin mentally broken constantly, as well as his daughter Hae Jung. Later on, Jinsu shows Hae Jung her mother's killer and takes part in killing him by putting him in a furnace, burning his body to a crisp, which creates controversy finding burnt bodies because that's what happens when someone faces demonstration. When Detective Jin finds Jinsu, Jinsu tells us that he was actually given a decree 20 years ago and his demonstration is about to happen any minute. He also tells Detective Jin about what his daughter helped him do, and also gives Detective Jin a very important choice that he has to make, which depending on what he does, he may have to arrest his own daughter. We have a lady named Min, who is a lawyer and has been trying to get answers and expose the new truth. Her mom, who was already terminally ill, dies when her and Min get beat up by Arrowhead members. She sees a guy named Pastor Kim who shows her an old interview with Jinsu from back in the day. After wanting a copy, he deletes the file and says Jinsu is making him the new leader of the New Truth. All he has to do is get rid of her. Once outside, a group of Arrowhead members beat her to death. We have young Jae and his girl Soyeon who have a baby, and almost soon as the baby is born and Soyeon is recording a vid to show young Jae, we see the spirit over the baby saying it's going to have a demonstration in 3 days. This shows how the New Truth and the beliefs they try to make people follow is rigged as far as committing sins. We get the reveal that Min is actually alive, and she was saved from getting beat to death by cop sirens. She has a scar on her head, cut her hair, and learned to physically defend herself beating up a group of arrowheads, not once but twice. They go see a guy named Lee for help, who says he can show the world what they have found about the New Truth, and we get the reveal that he is the guy who was the streamer for the Arrowheads and actually got a decree 3 years ago and is having his demonstration tonight just a few minutes after the baby. After talking to Chairman Kim, he kills a bunch of people and tries to kill the baby as demonstration is about to happen. When the monsters show up, the parents wrap themselves around the baby before all being burnt to a crisp, but the baby actually survives. Right after, the monsters come back and kill Lee as scheduled. Enough of the New Truth has been exposed to where credibility is now questionable in the public eye. Min takes the baby, gets a taxi, and leaves the area. The closing moments is at the New Truth Tourist Center. We see the first lady who had the demonstration broadcasted resurrects and comes back to life. But yeah, that's season 1 of Hellbound. I think the Korean projects Squid Games, My Name, and Hellbound have all been really great shows. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the season, like and share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.